He failed at deception. Because he knows that when you have a people who are disempowered, when you have a people who have lost hope, when you have a people who have got frustrated, it is easy to control them and manipulate them. I thank God that we have regrouped. Because it must signal the population that you may have disagreements, but you don't have to be hostile to one another. You don't become enemies. Because our separation in the case was never personal. It was on strategy and methods, that's all. But we're also mature people across the aisle. On our side as NT, on the side of PPF. We are mature and we learn from lessons of the past as we continue to shape the future that we desire to see happen. It's tough, but we have got capability to maneuver, even within challenging times. We will maneuver. You don't understand something. Lastly, where there is a desire for us to work together, those who desire to see change, what change in terms of getting into power and removing those who are there and getting in there is a foregone conclusion, only that we don't know the date. But resuscitating a people who've been so broken down to regain hope, to regain self, a sense of self-worth, self-worth, self-worth. Because that's also another area where Jerome Museveni has worked systematically to break down the people. Their sense of self-worth, the majority of them, is gone. And yet, the strength of a country is never on infrastructure. He keeps talking about roads, he talks about dams, he talks about electricity. Libya had more than we have. Iraq had more than we have. Sudan had more than we have. But where is that infrastructure in all those countries? But back to that point, and we really need to work on it every moment that we have. When you find a leadership which breaks down a people, I have said this, I keep saying it over and over until it sinks in people's consciousness. When people will scramble for 1,000 shillings, 2,000 shillings, give up their right, their fundamental right of choice, and replace it with 1,000, 2,000 shillings, that's a population that is being brought down to its knees. Countries which prosper, see countries which are almost like us, same level of development. They went through challenges. Countries like Vietnam. We see countries which have developed so fast, like South Korea, like Singapore. It's not only just leadership, it's also the people. People who are proud of themselves. Because when people are proud of themselves, when they have that sense of self-worth, several things happen. Innovativeness accrues from that. People cannot do things when they feel as if they are nothing. And that's what Jerome Museveni has done to our people when you look all over the country. He started with the local people. Now he has gone up the ladder. He has gone in the territory of the leaders and also broken them down to a point where A number of them are being bought as if they are goats in markets. That's the main challenge of our time. For any group that wants to transform this country, transformation cannot come from minerals, it cannot come from wherever, it must come from the people who recover that sense of self-worth. And it can only be done by the leaders. We thank you, PFF, to remain standing, in spite of whatever challenges we've gone through. We have also remained standing. So we have defied, as Honorable Salaso has said, we have defied General Museveni's prophecy of saying that by 2021 there will be no opposition party. He's a false prophet. That's why we are here. And let's see how things unfold. May God bless you all.
Thank you so much, General. PFF? Freedom Party? I think we have sat for long and I want us to shake our bodies a bit. Yes, so before I call our last speaker, allow me to invite Farida Mwambu. Is she around to sing for us that PFF song? Is she ready or I continue to another speaker? Okay, I'm told she's not ready. We shall do the dancing after. And now, ladies and gentlemen, our next speaker is a lawyer and a human rights defender. She's the ED for Center for Constitutional Governance, Chairperson Global Network of Election Monitors, and that is none other than Dr. Sarah Bilete. I don't know if she can dance Kadodi.
Thank you. Thank you very much, our Mistress of Ceremonies, the other spokesperson for the event, the acting president, People's Front for Freedom, PFF, all leadership of PFF in your respective capacities, leaders of the sister parties that have spoken. I salute you all in your respective capacities, all protocol observed. Fellow citizens, delegates and patriots, I wish to first of all add my voice in congratulating the PFF upon this milestone. And further congratulate you for the MOU with the Alliance for National Transformation. I wish to add my voice as a human rights defender on the disturbing situation surrounding Dr. Kizza Besigye, Haj Obed, and all other political prisoners who have been held beyond mandatory days of remand. Dr. Besigye and Haj Obed, from 16th November when they were abducted, to today, July 8th, they make 234 days in custody, unconstitutional custody. It's very unfortunate that as we celebrate 30 years of the 1995 Constitution, and I was happy to see very many people that made this Constitution, General Muntu, Senior Counsel, Wandero Garu, there was another CA, former CA delegate from Orango, and so many people here. I think the 1995 Constitution, as much as it was the most celebrated constitution in Uganda's history, it's also the most vulgarized constitution. Today, history watches you, PFF. Today, Uganda listens to you. And today, you rise, not as individuals chasing privilege, but as torchbearers of the new dawn. We are gathered here to witness a wonderful journey of building a new political home after intentional and deliberate political turbulence at your former home. Today's gathering has the most experienced, most tested political leaders in Uganda that you can find in any one gathering. And the citizens out there are hopeful that your experience, your wisdom that has been tested at several fronts can deliver something new for this country. I know that the leadership gathered here at PFF and your allies, the ANT, you are not here to bow systems that oppress people, but to boldly reshape them with courage, vision, voice, and hope for the people. For too long, our politics has been stained by violence, by greed, by fear, and by the greater silence of the population. I hope this won't happen anymore. This front, your front, the PPF, the PFF was born out of pain of the continuous political manipulation, disruption by the powers that be, the cry of the resilience of political activists like yourselves, the resolve of the young activists, the mothers, and the collective dream for a free Uganda. Hence the name, the People's Front for Freedom. I believe that the team at the helm of PFF is here because they refuse to believe that democracy is a privilege. They know that dignity, justice, and opportunity must not be reserved for a few, like is our case in the country, and that Uganda people deserve leaders who serve, not rulers that rule. I know that the PFF is not just a party, it's a movement, a mission and a moment. A movement built not on ethnicity, and thank you, Honorable Salam, for demonstrating the Ugandanness of the PFF. Not built on religion, and I have seen all denominations here, but on the people's needs for true democracy. A mission to restore freedom of thought, speech, choice, association, and I believe that together with like-minded Ugandans in other formations, that this moment will declare usher in a Uganda that we can bestow to our children and their children, not a destiny for a family and a few in high places. To our youth, you are not too young to lead. To our women, you are not too weak to stand, and you have stood, especially the women in PFF and the ANT. To our elders, your wisdom will guide this country forward. We in civil society know that the road is very rough. It's getting rougher for us. But we remember that a people united in truth can never be defeated. Let your response be discipline. Let your weapon be ideas. Let your victory be democracy. Our country is at a critical stage of an election where majority voters, the 10.7 million that Honorable Semju talked about, the young people, have no or limited voter education. I have not seen myself any voter education going on in this country. I was introduced as a chairperson of the Global Network for Domestic Election Observers, and I observe elections global-wide. But I've been denied accreditation to do voter education. And I will not apply for observation to embarrass myself. Because voter education is less critical. Critical national civil society organizations have been blocked by the people with powers to accredit. I'm sure you are also aware that critical media organizations are facing a blockade on national functions where the president is appearing. Mainly NBS, Daily Monitor, and NTV. A blockade on programs involving taxpayers' money. So what will happen during campaigns if you don't fight that? If we don't fight that, because we are fighting the blockade, we want the political parties who are main actors in elections to fight the blockade, to fight illegalities, a blockade against civil society with no explanation. Our organization has not had any explanation from Electoral Commission as to why there is a blockade on our organization. I'm sure the media have no explanation on why there is a blockade on programs that involve taxpayers' money, that involve their money. We request that you demand for answers as PFF. We request that you demand that we shall not have sins of the military in this election. We trust your leadership. The committee that you've put together, Honorable Afra Okutu General Muntu, let your committees demand that Ugandans receive an election as envisaged in the Constitution. The military has no role in our elections. We must collectively demand that the UPDF must stay at our borders, not at polling stations. We hope that the massive experience and expertise in PFF and the ANT plus other like-minded actors can set up a strong think tank and a strong strategic leadership team that will meaningfully push back against the excesses of the regime and demand that the power of the people must be restored as envisaged in Article 1 of the Constitution. This is not only extremely urgent, but it's very critical. And as CSO actors, we are open to share experiences and expertise, and we shall work with whoever knocks on our doors. We shall stand with you in the quest for rule of law, freedom, and justice. For the people, with the people, and by the people, Uganda shall be free. The struggle continues.
Thank you so much, Doctor. I hope you've received a standing ovation. Thank you so much. This is quite urgent. I'm told the dictator wants to pass, and people of the owners of these two cars kindly go and unblock the road. UBB 621J, UBJ 4584. Please, you hurry. And to Dr. Sarah, I just want to add a few words. Say a few words. We had invited some members from civil society. We received apologies from the Agora discourse. Agatha here is yet to get better after the ordeal that she suffered in Tanzania. But Godwin Toko promises they will join us later. Doctor, for us we play different roles. We are all partakers in the struggle to expand the frontiers of freedom. We in the political sphere and you in civil society are like footballers on the pitch, playing different numbers, but with an objective of securing a win for the rule of law, respect for human rights, constitutionalism, and a corrupt-free Uganda. We therefore pledge as PFF, we shall continue complementing the efforts of civil society organizations like yours that have been at the forefront of fighting for a better Uganda. Before I call in Farida, I want to end by this. Last night I typed something for Dr. KB, but somehow I did not post it. And allow me to use this opportunity to read it. Dr. Besigye, we know you're unjustly held by the criminal regime, but we also know that your unwavering resolve will ultimately silence the weapons of enemies. Your chains are a master key that will unchain the heavy yoke of dictatorship. We assure you that even if you're isolated from us today, our hearts in fraternity beat with yours, and it's a reign of the revolution. It's a reign of freedom. General Dr. Chiza Besigye, we love you and we promise we shall not give up. We promise we shall not surrender. We shall never, never, never surrender. Never, never, never surrender. Never, never, never surrender. Never, never, never surrender. I hope Farida is ready. Is Farida ready? Please, we need some entertainment. Oh, yeah. There we go.
Okay. Sisi minafika, natamika nuzi. Gaya Farida, yamuwa numiganda. Kalunda baya mudabati. Oh, na genetia.
Farida mutamu.
Kanda bani bari kamarusu. Ninjetayo. Mutu kita muabu. Bibi wa Uganda. Farida muabu. Geze Farida Nyomuwana Migada Katonda kwe yabuda mwati Olabanga genetia Zatira wasakia Wanda walibayika molusu Utumu ndikufika Chisi wazangi Okuleka nga tuolaba Farida ndiboko Kanda ndimulagambira Hafiyo kalibo Sikuli Farida Omuwala muyiritu Atamulujaligaze Kweba motukazi mufuga Mwana kweni pezi Aketizira kechino Senga yangaru jetuse Nakusana tuola Ajakulia vichepele Nakusana tuola mama Takita kuchisa Mubajala ndi muchana kensi Seka Tatila kuya jikumi Zeriko amogole Agenda kujia kusi Uzandiko kunyamata Singana yukusetia Nebidate mepenseta Okusalama kizinake Gampangula Farida Emeshua wini Uchitu senga chikola Kuchikwata kunyamaka Wanampita libo Na wali wakana Kunyamara kumasensi Niwe tutukena mwori Mujireke kofia Niko ya kumakuma Nekutele lagenda Sena kimujibu Aino mkisamsupu Msati anatoa Nita mula kama pesi Ata mirenge nkuli Mwenye kumba katoko Ila na muko yofumba Buhu ya kana suchu Kukendera kesu suti Senge ya kwa sorendo Muri mama zagucha Buhu ya kana naba Elishua kiyu Nakusana tuwa mama Tagenda kuitisa Mubajala ndipo chantia Sera senka Tatila kuya jikumi Teriko amakwe Agenda kujira kasi Utandiko kunyamata Tuza kuteka wa masomera kalungi Tegezo kuliziganya watu kumesimu tukate kuangalina wapaula mwakati wako malero Mese piena kukwe tembeli bune Kali tamuwakile tukozi kuroti Ya wakutatu kuroti Sakutanga tukozi kuroti Isani kanda tukozi kuroti Isani kanda tukozi kuroti Tukozi kuroti
Well, ladies and gentlemen, my session has come to an end. But before that, allow me to recognize those that have come from Makere University. Students from Makere University and other universities. Emakere Lord, Emakere Lord, Aro. So ladies and gentlemen, allow me to hand over to Honorable Salam Musumba. She'll take us through the next session. Thank you.
Yes, can you give a round of applause to Doreen, the Deputy Mayor, and our candidate for Mwenge Central. Thank you very much. Now can we stretch? Can you just stand up and stretch? Hello? I don't see your hands. Hello? PFF. The dictator has just passed. He has not heard you. PFF. Freedom Party. PFF. Freedom Party. Thank you very much. Thank you very much. It's my pleasure now to invite the chairman. Please look at your program. He is the deputy leader, a great man. Well, he's right here. Look at your program.
Thank you so much. Mujja kunsonyiwa nja kwogerako mu Luganda ne mu Luzungu kubanga tulina abangi abatatugeera lulimi luli. First of all, our guest, Sarah Abdurati, I am so happy to see you. And I tried to invite you twice, they refused. I'm glad to see you today. I'm really happy to see our leaders of today, not of yesterday, but of today and tomorrow. You are going to take this country forward. I believe, truly believe. General Mugisha Muntu and your team, Honorable Rume Baiga and your team, the man of our leader, the man and your team, all the people who are here, the leaders, are truly, truly welcome you. You forgive me because I'm not going to be disciplined in the sense that I'll speak articulately the way these guys have been speaking. I'm going to remember my mother. Bless her soul. My mother, as poor as we were, she tried to have a plate. She used to call it a swani, where there was a little of this, a little of this, and a little of this. In the end, later on I learned, we received our vitamins and carbohydrates and God knows what. We were able to grow up. I am here, I'm going to give you this and that and that, and hopefully at the end of my little speech, you will understand where I'm coming from. First of all, njagala okubagamba nti nze ndi mukyondwa. Abakyondwa bebayunga. Bone healers, we are the one who heals. We are the one when there's broken wounds, broken legs, we heal you. Tuvanandwa agudde busuju. That's where we come from. Abakyondwa ab'engabi, sengabi eyansamba naye engabi eyamutaawe Ssekyonde Nandwa agudde. I have a daughter who is adjunct professor at Columbia University, and I asked her, what do you teach? She says she's a bone healer. I said, but you don't touch people with broken. She said, no, there's too many people with broken what? Minds. They're broken heads. So she's a psychiatrist type of person. And in Uganda, we have so many people who have broken minds. And this is what PFF has come to do. We've been broken. He tried to break us. But here we are. Are we going to rebuild again as a nation? Many years ago, 30 years ago, I was taken to meet Mwami Museveni. When I went there, I was introducing a small phone. If you remember Celtel, who remembers Celtel? So I went to Museveni and I said, Mr. President, this is going to allow you to move about without even going away from your seat. Tojja kuvaawo n'ojja kusobola okuba amasimu gonna. N'ambuuza, wires ziri wa? You know, you don't have wires. Where are the wires? Because wires ziri mu bbanga. It's amazing that 30 years later on I'm here. And this is where the wires are. Muntegedde. Mwe wire. Ate muli live. Muli wire nga muli live. PFF is alive. Vibe eri wano. Vibe eri dawa. Njagala tuve wano olunaku lwaleero nga mmanyi nti mwe mugenda okutwala ensi yaffe mu maaso. I want you, when you depart from here, to know that you are the people who are going to lead Uganda forward. Not anywhere else. You are here, and those who are listening to us, where you came from. We are going to take power. Bamwagala bote mwagala. Dokita taliiwo naye waali. Dokita taliiwo naye ki? Ali mwamuwadde kati ye general. Nze mwadde wa field marshal. Nakyo kiggwe. It hurts okusibya omuntu obwereere nga talina kyakoze. N'amateeka ne gabeerawo ne bagaana okumugira ki? Okumuta. Weebuuze n'okwebuuza, what do these people really want? How can you lock up somebody for so many days? The law says this and you do what so wish. Kakati n'abakwata mwe naye tubasiba namwe munaaba mutya. Think about it. Your day can also come. Would you wish to be treated that way? Anyway, mukama wali. Wali. As I'm here today, I don't know how many people remember me. But I was at Najanakumi when I climbed the wall. I climbed the wall because I had no any other option. They had locked me up for 5 hours. I said I want to go. They said you can't go. But Ifesi, Makumiana, they were all there. And there was one young man. Where's George? George is with us here. But George is the one who kind of says, abasajja nsobola okubajjawo. Ne mubuuza how. N'angamba tubagambe nti mujje mbasasule. Bonna mudde mwonna wala mutubasasule. So he told them, come, we are going to pay you. And you know how they were, most of it they were munjanga wana jibichi. Bonna ne badduka ogende wa George. Simanyi bamukolaga. When he didn't have the money, I don't know what they did to him. But nevertheless, that gave me time to figure out how to get out. And those who saw me, and I would like also to thank someone who also acted very, very quickly, was Mr. Nkonge. Nkonge wali wano. Nkonge, those who know Najana Nkumbi, when you are up, you can see below. When you're walking on the fence. We won't tumble down the fence or okulaba emmanga. Kati buyandaba. Nga maze okunoonya engeri gye ngenda okubuuka nga bimbuza olunno. N'andaba ne mugamba, noonya eddaala, noonya eddaala. Find a ladder, find a ladder. I don't know how God prepares things, but this young man, within a short period of time, they found a ladder. And they gave it to me down there, but it was a short ladder. So with my short legs and a short ladder, I tried to figure out how I was going to be able to. In the process, you saw me trying hard to go over. And unfortunately, my pants were also... So, I managed somehow to go over it. The fence, I remember, and again, Mukama wa Amani, there was a guy with a pickup who was buying some stuff. And I just went into his car. And the man said, hey, Vidugwa, what's the problem? The man said, Jawo. Then Jawo Nantwara. Nandika, the petrol station, Nakubira, abantu bango kunzijawo. Ne navaayo, nabagamba. Mbaleke embugo. Lubale ki? Translated, that the clothes of the goats, I left them there, but I went with the goats. Now, I don't know why God chose me to do certain things. You remember, to bring back the goats was a problem. And I want to thank Salam Musumba Madam. The night before the delegate conference, those who were here, we were at my place in Musabara. That's where we were supposed to have held the delegate conference. But when we were there, planning with Kaziruka was there. And who else was there? Some other person. We were planning about 30 soldiers, FSC, what they came. And they were led by a lady who was the DPC of the deputy DPC of that area, Musabara. And they came to me. They said, you can't hold a meeting here. This is about 2 o'clock in the morning. But I said, but what kind of meeting? No, they said, you won't have a meeting here. So I got upset. And I told this lady, I said, I'm sorry, but whether you like it or not, the meeting is going to take place. And it doesn't have to be necessarily here. And by the way, I showed the lady my phone. I said, do you know that I can be on this phone and we can have a delegate conference with our people? And knowing to you and to them, I had already talked to one of the television stations and had booked, I think there were about 20 nodes in different places of this country where our delegates could go in the room and we'll be able to reach them. Nevertheless, it didn't go to that. So there we were, and I don't know what happened to them. They started moving slowly, and some went to the gate. And myself and Salam, we decided we had to do something. So I told them, let's get out of here. And everybody said, how? I said, we're going to go through the main gate. I said, but you can't. These people are waiting for you. I said, we are going to go through the main gate. I left her there and we moved. When we got to the gate, there were two of these big mambas at the gate. My son was driving me. And I don't know, once again, a soldier came with a gun. Instead of stopping me, he went to the mamba and removed it. And I was able to go. After that, I hid until she called me. She said, where are you? Where are you? Meanwhile, people were already gathered here. So I said, he said, get on the border. Now, Munansoni wanaenda katula ku border bambelesi zali satu zokka. When natula, abananga nda story nene. Kawesi mujjukira. Yatulumba nga abiri mu 2016. Le general twali mu meeting. Ne bajja ne batukwata. Ngabagize kutukwata. I escaped. But nevertheless, after that, I go to the border. Believe me, I had not sat on the border all my life. You wouldn't believe this. So when I sat on the border, I took hold of the driver, the guy like this. The guy said, hey! I said, listen, I don't know how. But nevertheless, Salam was where she was. He said, get on the border. I said, I can't get the border. So I got a car, and she told me, this road here, around there, there will be someone waiting for you. And that's what I did. But when I arrived there, I found another wall. You see that wall over there? Here short, but there it is. Then again I said another wall. But then the young guys helped me to jump, to get here. Those who were here remember. And then I say God is good and God is great. Now, having said a few of those things, I want to let you know that the last, was this Saturday? The 4th of July, I think it is. Friday. Now, for those who know, 4th of July is Independence Day in the United States. And on this 4th of July here, we held a Zoom meeting with all our delegates, most of them. And I told them, I have done what you asked me to do. And today we are going to dissolve FDC as far as we are concerned. I am sorry, but we dissolved FDC on July what? 4th. And then we let our lawyers carry on as far as trying to recover our assets. You understand? Kati mumbuza bya FDC bya wedde. Kakati ndichi PPF. I am PPF. And thank you very much. But I'm 3002. Hallelujah! Hallelujah! Sebo, I respect you. Now. So, as the deputy to our leader, if George, there's George, I was calling George. This is the young man called George. Yaleta mageza agamani, huyo. Yeah, please. What you did was wonderful. Come up and get a mixer. So as a deputy, I truly wish Doctor was here in person. Nayogera olwaleero. It would have been wonderful, wonderful. I miss him so, but we are here and we have done, I think, almost everything that he has asked us to do. We had a good meeting about 2 weeks ago with him. For some reason, they allowed us to talk to him, and we were able to discuss all the issues and what's going to take place today. And we have tried very hard to make sure that we fulfill all that he told us to do. He was very emphatic about dissolving FDC and deciding on how we are going to work with how we're going to get back our assets. That is done. Now my job, as your leader, in the absence of Doctor, as a deputy, and you have already heard about Council for Eminent Persons. I wish those who are in the Council of Eminent Persons could come and stand by me or with me. Please come. Come, please. You may not have seen them, but these are the guys. We are, in total, will be 25. And those who are here are those who have agreed to be part of us. Others, like Shapa Karanga, is somewhere in exile, but he is with us. He has agreed to be part of it. So, Garuga, also you have already heard from Uncle Waf and others. I would like to give them just a minute for them to introduce themselves in case you don't know them. And I don't want to mess up the pronunciations of their names. We start off.
I am Saulo Mate from Kasese, representing Wenzori sub-region. I am humbled to be here, and I wish you a good day. Thank you for coming. The hurdles have been very many during the journey, but finally we have made it. God is very great. I wish you well. Thank you.
FDC PFF leaders. PFF oye? PFF oye? And by the name Chewalabi Elizabeth, Dr. Chewalabi, I'm humbled greatly to have been considered one of the members for PFF
serving in that capacity in which we are right now. I'm a resident of Mokono, and I've been associated with this from the days of reform agenda, then FDC, then PFF. In the midst of my service, in the university service, and in the United Nations services, as a veterinary officer, and as an academician, retired now, but still in service with regard to freedom for this country and freedom for our leaders, especially retired Colonel Dr. Kizza Besigye, whom we pray for daily until he gets out of prison. Thank you.
PFF, PFF, Freedom Party, Freedom Party. My name is Wycliffe Davis Kajugutwa Bakandonda, and I'm the secretary to this committee. I want to assure you that we are committed to stabilizing this party and rendering it as a vehicle for the total and final liberation of this country, along with other willing compatriots. Thank you for having answered the call and come to be present to witness this.
PFF, Freedom Party. My name's once again Jok B. Leo,